Hello my friends, this is Paul and welcome to Common Touch of Fantasy. I am using my computer software once again to create a video on Goodreads. This one here I am creating a bookshelf for 2016. These are the books that I want to read the most in 2016 that I will be prioritizing, and I felt, hey, why don't I just make a video while I'm doing it? Maybe people might find it interesting of what books I am trying to prioritize in the next year. I'm trying to focus on the books on my shelves more than anything, things I already own, and my book buying will be much decreased in the new year, so that will be good. I really want to read a lot of these, and I've been putting them off for a long time, and this is just a year for me to read a lot of the older works, things that people have already read, and to kind of just let other booktubers cover the newer stuff that comes out. I am just not a new release reader. I am a backlist reader. Um, I realized that after this past year, I am a backlist reader, and I will read the things that are the best, the things that are rated the best by other people. I'm just not going to be that person that's going to be reading a ton of new release stuff. Okay, so this video might be pretty long. I would watch it maybe at 2 times speed or 1.5 times speed. Want to watch it. Mostly this is just me making a priority list on Goodreads. If this interests you, cool, stick around. If not, I won't take it personal if you end up not staying for this. So these are the 70 books that I am prioritizing in 2016. 70 books for me is extremely ambitious. These are long books. The majority of them are long books. And so this averages out to 5 books a month. And these are long books, so I'm going to have to actually put a lot of time into reading if I want to read 70 books in 2016, because some of these books are upwards of 700 pages. Quite a few of them are actually. So these are the 70 books that I want to read in 2016. Let's see here. First off, let's create a bookshelf. Alright, add shelf, and we're going to name this 70 books in 2016. That is my shelf name, 70 books in 2016. Alright, so first off, this is how I'm going to separate them all. I'm going to read 10 science fiction books. That's roughly one a month. 5 general fiction books, which is generally one every other month, 2 history books, 3 historical fiction books, and then 50 fantasy books. I am focusing on fantasy books because those are the books I own the most of. So I'm actually going to start with the science fiction and go from there. One thing I want to do in the new year is read more Alastair Reynolds books. I love Alastair Reynolds. I've read 2 of his books now, Revelation Space, and I read quite a bit of the short story collection, Galactic North, and I really like Alastair Reynolds a lot. So I'm going to be continuing with the world that he's created. Some of these books are not a part of that, but most of them are. So in chronological order, I believe it is Chasm City would be the next one that I would read, and then The Prefect, and then Redemption Arc, Redemption, Absolution Gap. So those are the ones I really want to read, so I'm going to put Chasm City as to read in 2016, 70 books in 2016. Got Chasm City, The Prefect, Redemption Arc. I keep looking down the bottom, but it's at the top. Alright. Alright, so that's 4. And I will go with that. I will probably finish Galactic North because the short stories will follow those 4 books. But those are the 4 that I'm going to be focusing on with Alistair Reynolds. So that's 4 sci-fi down. I need 6 more. Okay. Let's see. What other sci-fi books do I want to read? I definitely want to read Ancillary Mercy. I read Ancillary Justice and Ancillary Sword a few months ago, so I definitely want to finish this series up and add that. That is 5 books in sci-fi. And let's see here. Let's go with. I'm trying to think of. Let's go with Seven Eves by Neal Stephenson. I have not read a Neal Stephenson book, so let's go with Neal Stephenson. That is 6. And 4 more. Let me just stand up with my books real quick. Alright, so I have 4 more, so we're going to go with Aurora. Is that how I spell it? I think that's wrong. That is wrong. I'll put Kim Stanley in here. Aurora by Kim Stanley Robinson. Yes, I will be reading that. And I'll read Luna. New Moon by Ian McDonald. I got that last year as well. And then 2 more. Let's go with an older book. Let's go with the Ender's Game. We'll read Ender's Game. Once again, these are all books that I own. And then 1 more book. 1 more sci-fi book that I really want to read. We will go with Ready Player One. Though I think I am going to dislike it, I'm going to go with Ready Player One. Alright, so those are my 10 sci-fi books. Let's see how the list is looking so far. Let's see, 70, and yep, we got 10. So we have the Ender's Game, The Prefect, Redemption Arc, Redemption Gap, Chasm City, Ready Player One, Seven Eves, Aurora, Luna, New Moon, and Ancillary Mercy. Those are my 10 sci-fis of 2016. Okay, so general fiction. I want to read another Dostoevsky, and that is Crime and Punishment. Got an awesome edition of that a few weeks ago. Alright, Crime and Punishment, 70 books in 2016. There we go. And we'll go with let's go with Steinbeck. Oops. Steinbeck And we'll go with Grapes of Wrath. I've been wanting to read this for years. So that's 2. Okay, another general fiction book. We'll go with... let's go with 1984 by Mr. George Orwell. I guess that could be classified as sci-fi, and also Fahrenheit 451. We'll do that as well, even though it's classified as sci-fi, but I'm going to classify it as general fiction, just for easiness. So that's 4 general fiction, and 1 more general fiction that I would like to tackle. Let's get something nice and large and difficult. I changed my mind. I'm going something short. We're going to go a picture of Dorian Gray. So those are my general fiction books. 2 history books. I want to read 1776 by David McCullough. And I want to read Germs. I think Guns, Germs, and something else. Let's see if it pops up. Yes. Guns, Germs, and Steel, The Fates of Human Societies by Jared Diamond. Alright. That one's supposed to be pretty good. Those are my 2 history and 3 historical fiction. We're going with Bernard Cornwell's books. We're going with The Winter King by Bernard Cornwell. This is the Warlord Chronicles #1. This is a book based off of King Arthur. It's a historical fiction one. And then The Last Kingdom, which is another series of his that is all about like the people coming to England and overtaking England, like the Vikings and Saxons and stuff. And then those are 2. And then Shogun. I want to read Shogun by James Cavell. That is a long book, but should be good. It's about a European that lives in Japan. I think the Samurai movie is based off of it, but I've had that book for a while. I've been wanting to read that book for a long time. So those are all my sci-fi, my general fiction, my history, and historical fiction books that I want to read. And now I am going to do a ridiculous amount of fantasy books. Like I said, I wanted to focus on fantasy in 2016. Hopefully I won't get fantasied out, but we'll see. First off is definitely finish Malazan. That is very important. So we'll add the rest of the Malazan books on here. We have The Bone Hunters by Steven Erikson. We have Reaper's Gale by Steven Erikson. Toll of the Hounds by Mr. Erikson. Dust of Dreams by Erikson. And The Crippled God by Mr. Erikson. And this is probably spamming my Goodreads. I apologize for that. If it annoys you, I am sorry. Alright, I think I'm not gonna read the prequel this next year. I think I'm just gonna do those 5 and read the prequel and the prequel #2 the following year probably. So we'll save the prequels for the next year after. Alright, so that's 5. Alright, and then I want to read more Robin Hobb books. I would like to read all of her books. The rest of them. So I am hopefully going to finish The Golden Fool and Fool's Fate before the year is over. so I don't have to put those. We're going to go with the Rainwild Chronicles, even though it's not her best series. I still want to read it. So I'll add City of Dragons. Oh, sorry, Dragon Keeper by Robin Hobb. Dragon Haven by Robin Hobb. City of Dragons. And then Blood of Dragons. And then I want to read the next Hobb books. So we have Fool's Assassin and then Fool's Quest. And I'll probably get the third book, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to read it or not. So we'll just put it at those two. Alright, so we are now up to 31 books. Alright, Robin Hobb. I want to read Miles Cameron books. Red Knight, the Fell Sword, and the Dreadworm. So I'll be adding these. Miles Cameron, alright. And then I want to read Tad Williams a lot in the next year. I have a lot of Tad Williams books. Never read a book by Tad Williams, but I will definitely change this in the next year. These are chunky books, but I want to read them. So the first one is Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn trilogy. The Dragonbone Chair. Definitely want to get to that. That's my priority when it comes to Tad. And then the third book, which is in 2 parts, and both parts are ginormous. The Green Angel Tower Part 1 and Green Angel Tower Part 2. And then we'll go with the Otherland series. This one I'm not so sure I'll end up liking, but we'll find out. They're Brock's favorite books, so, you know, they have to be good, right? Alright, let's see. Alright, so that brings us up to 42. Quite a few books from Tad Williams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. Wow. So up to 42. Okay, I want to read more Sanderson. I want to actually read the Stormlight Archive. So I think I want to read Warbreaker before that, though. So we're going to go with Warbreaker, and then Way of Kings, and then Words of Radiance. Don't think I'm going to read anything other than that, though. I don't think I'm going to get to the next Mistborn trilogy. So I think that'll be good. Okay. I definitely want to get to Michael Sullivan's books. I keep wanting to read them, and I keep saying I'm going to read them, but I never do. Michael Sullivan is such a nice guy, and he wrote books that I would love. So we have Theft of Swords, which is the Riyria Revelations, and then Rise of Empire, and then Heir of Novron. Alright, so that brings us to 48. Wow. I'm going to struggle to read all these books. I'm telling you right now. These are big books. Let's see here. Alright, we are going to put some short books in here to help me out. David Eddings. I've been wanting to read the Belgariad for a long time. Boy, do I have a lot of David Eddings books, and I haven't read any of them. That's because every time I go to like a pawn shop or antique store, there was always David Eddings books. Okay, so 70. So we go with Pawn of Prophecy, Belgariad, number 1. There's Castle of Wizardry, number 4. And Belgariad 3. Magician's Gambit. Belgariad 5. And Belgariad 2. Okay. So that brings us up to 53 altogether. I want to finish the series of the R.A. Salvatore books I was reading a couple months ago. And these are short books that can be read relatively easily. And I think it's, see, I read number 7 and number 8. I read The Legacy and Starless Night, so I am 7, 8. I'm on 9 and 10. So here's 10, Passage to Dawn. And then 9 is somewhere. Boy, do I have, I'll have a lot of R.A. Salvatore books too. It's kind of ridiculous. Because once again, these are the books that are always around. Like, you can always find them in thrift stores and stuff. And I love R.A. Salvatore. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Here we go. Number Siege of Darkness. Okay. Now, I want to read the Raymond E. Feist trilogy, starting with The Magician. I have a lot of Raymond E. Feist books, too. Okay. So, Magician Apprentice by Raymond E. Feist. And Magician Master by Feist. And then the next one is Silver something, I think. Silverthorn, yep, Silverthorn. And then the last one is Darkness at Sethnon. Alright, where are we at now? We are up to 59. So we have 11 books left. I want to get to the R. Scott Bakker books. This is the Prince of Nothing series. We got Prince of Nothing number 1. Prince of Nothing number 2, The Warrior Prophet. First one was Darkness That Came Before, The Warrior Prophet, and the third one is The Thousand Thoughts. Alright. And we are up to 62. And we have 8 more to go. 8 more to go. Let's check out the old bookshelves, see what I want to read the most. I haven't read the Scott Lynch books yet, and I really should, because I know I'd love them. So we'll go with the Scott Lynch books. Lies of Lacanamora, Red Seas Under Red Skies, and the Republic of Thieves. Oh, I don't think I'll get the new book when it comes out this coming year, just because I have all these in paperback, so probably won't get the hardback. Alright, so where are we at? Wait, 5 books. 5 books. I think I'm going to throw in a couple more sci-fi. Oops. I'll go with Leviathan Wakes. I forgot the first time I went through this, I picked Leviathan Wakes. Let's pick Leviathan Wakes and Caliban's War. Alright. There are up to 3 books left. I'm going to let's try the Glen Cook book. The very first Black Company book, which is The Black Company. Let's see here. 70 books. There we go. I am going to be reading The Mirror Empire next month, actually. This is one that I'm kind of scared about because look at this rating, 3.54. The Mirror Empire by Cameron Hurrell. 3.54 is an awful average rating. So hopefully I like that. Wow. Okay. So let's see. I think we have 2 left. No, we have 1 left. 1 book. The 1 book to rule them. 1 book to bind them. No, I am not picking Lord of the Rings. Let's go with Neil Gaiman book and go with Neverwhere. It's definitely the wrong cover. I need to fix that. Alright. And let's see, 70 books in 2016. There it is. There's my 70 books. And we have, I'm going to go with about 5 books a month. We'll see how I do. Some months will be only like 4 or 3 books. Other months probably will be a little bit more, maybe 6, 7. But these are our big books, and this is very ambitious for me. This is going to be difficult because these Malazan books are huge. These Sanderson books are huge. These Sullivan books are big. But I have some of the Eddings books. They're small. The Feist books, they're relatively medium in length. The Glade Cook book is really short. The Rain Wild Chronicles books from Robin Hubbard are actually relatively short compared to her other books. But then her Fits and Fool series is huge. The Jits books are short. Warbreakers medium. The Ted Williams books are huge. The Lynch books are decent sized. 1984 is small. Mirror Empire is actually quite chunky. Ender's Game is small. Miles Cameron books are chunky. The historical fiction books I picked, Shogun's big, but the other 2 are normal. The history books will take me a while. Grapes of Wrath will take me a while. The Alistair Reynolds books are medium in length. I'm really looking forward to those. Fahrenheit 451, Picture Enduring Grace, short. Seven Eves is huge. Aurora is medium. The R. Scott Bakker books are pretty big. And Sarah Mercy is pretty short. Diamond Punishment's huge. And that's my proposed priority list for 2016. I kind of like it. I like it a lot. I have a lot of books, so it's hard to choose. But I think that is a good start. Well, I mean, that's going to be. I want to stick to something. I want to do something and stick with it. Build up my determination, my motivation, and have TBRs and whatnot, and just try to be more disciplined about my reading. So this is what I'm going to be reading. Hopefully I didn't forget a buddy read I was supposed to add on here, but this is it. These are the books that I'm going to be reading in 2016, and now you know what to expect from me in 2016. So yeah, if you watched all this, cool. Thank you for watching. If not, it's not a big deal. But that was me making my 70 books in 2016 priority list. Thanks for watching. If you did, have fun. Comment below.